We've made the most viral bag of the moment. But before we start, welcome back to the Macrè Bag YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Martina and this is Maya. Today we are going to show you exactly how to make the punch bag, step by step. This model right here that Maya loves so much. This model is basically a reimagining of a famous fashion brand's design. They obviously make it in leather using a very similar technique. Instead, we'll show you how to crochet it, since there are so many videos and I just wanted to show you my version. We made it, as you can see, in this fuchsia color, this beautiful punch bag in my opinion, but there are also many other colors available because we used our metal ribbon yarn that you can find on our shop. We made this version, but we also created another one, namely this one here, which is made with a prime ribbon yarn, basically a cotton ribbon yarn. The two bags are exactly identical because we use the same tutorial, except this one you see turns out slightly smaller, while this one is a bit larger. This is precisely due to the size of the two yarns. In the tutorial, we show you how we made this one, but to make this one, we followed the exact same steps. But let's move on. To work on this punch bag, we used 2 balls of metal ribbon yarn. This fuchsia color, but there are also many other really beautiful colors. I recommend visiting our shop. We then added this chain, if you like, and the 2 rings, and worked it all with a number 7 crochet hook. Whereas if you want to make this version in cotton ribbon yarn, in prime cotton, you'll need 2 balls of prime ribbon yarn, and we worked it all with a number 8 crochet hook. Here too, if you want, you can add rings and a chain to make the shoulder strap. As always, now let's start the actual video. I'll show you all the steps and explain in words how to do it, while my mom shows you how to crochet. It's really very simple. There are just a few steps. This particular reverse basket stitch, and you'll still be able, as I said, to make this bag yourselves. I ask you anyway, before starting the video, to start following us here on YouTube, and so to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to receive notifications. It's very important to us. Plus, you can also find us on social media under the name Macrè Bag on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Follow us because we'll give you lots of tips on the world of crochet and yarns. You can also find our shop today at macrebag.it, where you can take a look and buy this beautiful yarn and many others available. We also have many accessories for bags. So let's get started with the video and I'll see you at the end.
Let's start working with our number 7 crochet hook and the metallic yarn in this fuchsia color. Let's make a first slip knot and 20 chain stitches. Now let's start making the first row of single crochets. So now I skip the first stitch and go into the second. I insert the hook inside these 2 V's, yarn over and pull through like this. With these 2 loops, now I yarn over again and close them both together. To help me, now I take the stitch marker and I'm going to insert it, you see, in this little loop here so that we can see the starting point of the next round. Now let's move forward. We go into the next chain and make a single crochet here as well. Like this, and we close it. Again, I continue making single crochets until I reach the last stitch, which is the slip knot. Here we'll show you how to carry out the work. We are now at the last stitch. You see where we have the little loop and this shorter tail. Hold it well because otherwise the stitch tends to open up. And here we make 3 single crochets inside it to go around and start working the other side of the chain. So let's start. Insert the hook, yarn over and pull it out. Like this, yarn over and close the first single crochet. Again, I go back into the same stitch. You see I'm holding the shorter tail with my hands, yarn over again, pull out and close the second. You see that we are turning the work in this way. One more, the last stitch, back into the little hole. And I close the last one. Now this is the work. Pull the short tail a little bit so the little hole that formed closes up, and I'm going to work the other side of the chain, making single crochets here too. Remember to carry the shorter tail along. Place it exactly on top here so that you don't have to do any sewing later. So I insert the hook into the next stitch. You see I put the short tail on top, and I'm going to close it simply with the other longer thread that we have, and we'll make a single crochet here too, like so, and we move on. We do the same work for every single stitch until we reach the other end. You'll find it easily because the previous stitch is where we added the stitch marker. Once at the last stitch, you see this is the base of our bag, and here we have the very last stitch of the round. See, next to it we have our stitch marker. Now inside this one, we'll always have to make 3 single crochets. So I'll start by going in and making the first single crochet. Make sure to do 3 because we'll need it for the next stitch. We need to get an odd number of stitches. Here's the third and final one. And now we are going to go right in here, exactly where we have our stitch marker placed. We want to make sure to take both loops of the stitch, not just one. And then we are going to make a slip stitch right there. So I pull out the loop, we're going to close the 2 loops together, like this. And now we start working on the body of the bag. We'll have to make a basket stitch in the back loop. It's a bit more unique and very beautiful to look at. We start by making a chain stitch, like so. So we go into the back loop here inside the V, and we take the outer loop. Now I yarn over and pull it through. I have these 2 loops, yarn over and close them together. So here we make a single crochet in the back loop. So now I don't go into the V, I go into the base of the single crochet from the previous round. So I go in with the hook, yarn over and pull through. I stretch it, this way I reach the height of the other loop. Now I yarn over and close both loops. Now instead I go in here again with the single crochet in the back loop, going into these V's. These are simpler. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and close it like this. We alternate. Now I go into the base of the previous single crochet, yarn over, stretch it like this and close. So this basket stitch will form, you see, in the back loop, a bit more unique. Again, so we alternate these 2 stitches, a simple back loop single crochet and this elongated stitch. We do this for practically the entire circumference of our base, and then we'll show you how to continue with the following rounds. You see, as you go along with the round, the result should be this. You see that the elongated stitches are one on top of the other in this way, so you have to do it exactly like this. If the result isn't this, it means you've skipped some stitches or there was an error, so you'll have to go back and start over again. And now we simply move forward, and we'll show you later how to close this first round. Once the rounds are finished, the result will be this. We've done a total of 14 rounds of basket stitches. We stopped at this end where we had in fact our initial stitch marker, and the result is this. You see, the uniqueness of this stitch is very beautiful, both with this metallic yarn and also with the other ribbon yarn. And now we'll show you how to move forward. We finish our work by doing the last 2 rounds of stitches, and in this case we'll start, you see, by doing a round of simple single crochets. So I go in here into the stitch, you see it's very simple, and I make a single crochet. Now here in the next stitch, it's very easy because there are these little holes that are very visible. And so you have to do an entire round like this. In this way, we'll finish off the bag and then do the final closure. Once the round is finished, you see the result will be this. There will be an initial finishing of the work. Now we'll do another one, making a final closure, one last round of stitches. And we'll do slip stitches in the back loop. So you see I go inside the V, take only the outer loop, yarn over the hook, pull it through and close it. just like this. Now, once again, for the next one, you will make another slip stitch right into the back loop. Take your time and make sure you are working only in the back loop here. Like this, for the whole round, we always do these stitches. Here's the final result. You see, this is the slip stitch in the back loop. It has this shape. And now we simply go to close the work by making an invisible closure. So I lengthen the thread and I'm going to cut it. Like this. Now I take the hook, skip a stitch, go in here, taking both loops, yarn over and pull it through to the inside. So I pull the whole thread, pull it tight. Now I basically go back in from this other side into the last loop worked. I go in here into the V, yarn over and pull through. In this way, I pull it tight. And that's how we've made our invisible closure. Now I turn it over and on the inside I make some small knots. I'm using a smaller crochet hook to help me. And we're going to secure the thread well so that the work doesn't come undone. We pass the hook through the inside and pull the whole thread tight. We do these stitches at least 10 times just to make absolutely sure the thread is secure. And then we carefully cut off the excess part. Once the whole bag is finished, we take the remaining threads and cut 4 of them to 80 centimeters. These will be used to make the closure for our bag. Now let's take 2, we'll leave the other 2 for the other side. And we'll also take a smaller crochet hook than the one we used to insert it into the last round's worked. Now we turn the panel over. You see that we're going to work this side here, the starting one, and we take exactly the stitch up here. So you see these little holes that have formed, there are 4 of them, so we leave 2 free and we're going to insert the thread from one side and then from the other. Now we take 2 threads and pass them through the inside like this. This way we leave a part that is basically almost half. And we pass it through here on this other side as well, and then carefully and gently pull everything all the way through. Now we do it from one side. Arrange the threads well, you see, so that they are like this, you see? An identical length on both sides, both threads, and now we continue. So I'm going to skip this little hole and then go into the next one. I take the threads from one side and carefully pass them through. Like this. Again, I skip over another hole. Actually, I skip 2 in this case. And I'm going to add the thread to it. 1, 2. Here I leave only 1. You see just 1 hole. And I pass the threads. So when the thread is underneath, you see, I leave just 1 little hole. When the thread is on top instead, I skip 2 and go into the 3rd. This way, the thread is more visible and the pattern looks better. Now, as you can see, I actually skip 1 here. And basically, we just keep on doing this same thing until we reach the other end down here for both this thread on this side and also the rest of the thread on the other side of the panel. Like this. Let's pass both threads through again. And we do the same on the other side. We've now inserted, you see, all the threads. This is the result, and now we're going to take the other 2 remaining threads and do the same thing on the other side. So we go back into the stitches, see where we came out with the thread, and just as we did before, we do exactly the same thing again. So I pass 1 thread through from this side first, making sure it goes all the way through. Then the thread from the other side. And then I'm going to adjust the 2 threads so that they are as symmetrical as possible. And now we arrange the threads as before, always entering the same points of the previous work. In this way, you see, now we make it come out from the other side and reach the other end, so our bag is finally ready. Once our closure is added, simply, you see, we're going to even out the threads and then we're going to cut so that they're symmetrical from one side to the other. Now I simply make some small knots as well. I take all 4 of them and make a knot to close it. Like this on this side. And on the other side too. Like this. Now let's pull the threads. And there we go, our bag has taken shape.
The pouch bag is finally ready if you followed all the steps we've shown you in the video below this one. See, it opens here by pulling the string, and then if you pull, it closes back up again. We then added, as I showed you at the beginning, the chain and the rings if you're interested in a shoulder strap. Otherwise, I think it can be held perfectly well by hand or with these strings. It's very elegant. So I remind you that everything you need, both for this version and the other one, which is this one here, with the ribbon yarn, you'll find on our online shop, macrebag.it. So I'll say goodbye for now, and we'll see each other in the next tutorial.